change. So like I said, when in Nazareth, like Nazareth was like probably one of the shanty town in Liberia. Which one of the shanty town that will come to my mind is what? What kind of shanty town can come to your mind?
West Point.
West Point. So just imagine, they say Opon coming to West Point. I'm not comparing Jesus with Opon. There is no way. But I'm just saying, let's say Opon coming to West Point on the West Point field. What's going to happen? And he's going in that little hall that is on that field. What's going to happen? There will be crowd. His friends want to see him. Family member, extended family member will want to see him. So that's the same thing that happened here. It's the same exact thing. But these guys, they have faith. It's an example of it, but the one that happened here, it was so powerful because these guys have faith. When they went there, they could not get in there. There were people in there. There were people sitting on the fence. There were people on the whole field because the town was small and it was a shack town. It was a shanty town, like, you know, ghetto. So that whole place was packed with people. But this is what happened. These guys, they did not give up. So they tried to enter the door, like there was no way. Tried the window, I believe they tried every means. But nobody couldn't give them a chance.
They didn't reach the door.
That's what I'm saying, because they saw that opening. The place was so packed. And the thing is about it, Jesus was in the building. Like I just make an example of West Point Field. Jesus was in there. So there was people. He was preaching. He was healing people. So these guys like, so what I'm trying to say, I don't care what is in our life. I don't care how difficult the situation is. I don't care how black the situation you can see through it. There is still light. And that light is Jesus Christ.
Amen.
I don't care how muddy the water is. We can't lose hope. I don't care how thick the situation is. We can't lose hope because Jesus has paid it all. Yeah. Just one thing we have to do. Have faith. So this is what these guys did. If you can't make it, let somebody carry you. Talk to somebody about your problem. That's exactly what these guys, the 4 guys carried this man who could not walk.
Yeah.
If he didn't allow to be carried, Jesus would have not told him, son, be of good courage. Your sin is forgiven. Yo, what? Praise the Lord. Yes. So, the obstacle these guys went through, the hardship these guys went through, the difficulty these guys went through, like, I don't know. We, Christian, especially in America and Liberia, to be specific, I don't know about other countries. I don't know. I can't see the difficulty we go through. But when something happens right away with tremor, we forget that, oh yeah, we are serving this master. Yeah. God would never, ever, not in this lifetime, not in the lifetime to come, ever let you down. Only when you believe in him. So that I always say this thing, I say, well, God, I just say, because it's by his grace. Because people who don't have God in their life, I don't know, how do they go about their day-to-day activity? Because if you don't have Jesus Christ in your life, you are dead. You are a zombie, walking dead. You think you are living? No. You're dead. Because everything you're doing, you're just doing it. You can't even say it because Jesus is not in your life. No. These guys have faith. These guys, they have faith. They were allowed to, he allowed the 4 guys to take him. So they climbed on the roof and said, you know what? Said there is no means. How far we go with God? You got to put your faith into practice. You got to put your faith into practice. I mean. So that's exactly why these guys did. You said, the guy said, you know what? If we see Jesus, we know that something going to happen. And that is true. Nobody have met Jesus and gone the same. They never remain the same. Everything about you will change. Yeah. So these guys say, you know what? We got to press on. We got to go. I don't care. They're falling down. They say, you know, probably they use that rope and say, you know what? 2 men went on the roof and 2 men came down. He said, same we have it over there, or they use a lot of the use to break. I don't know, the Bible didn't there. But every time I heard about this, I said, wow. Are you serious? What do they even have to put that man on the roof? Can you imagine? So we would do it. We would do it. Even when I see Jesus, we will put this man by his feet. How far do we go when things go wrong? How far are we willing to go when things go wrong? No. How far? Like I said, brother, I always say I think God loved me the best because everything I ever put before him, being a sinful man as I am, everything I ever put before him, he answered me. Praise the Lord. Man. The sin I forgive it.
It's Matthew 9, right?
Matthew 9. And then we fast forward because Matthew did not explain in detail what really happened. But the book of Mark, Mark chapter 2 verse 3 explains exactly what happened. Oh, okay. Praise the Lord. Question elsewhere, name require faith alone, the attribute of salvation. Praise the Lord. Amen. So, now because Christ knew that these guys, that when he said that your sin is forgiven, those guys standing around, he knew that it was going to happen. But he told the man, your sin is forgiven, to prove that his divinity, to prove that, yes, he's God. The divinity, yeah. He knew to prove that these guys are God, that he is God. So right there was triple miracle. Because who knows your heart? I think God knows your heart better than you yourself, because everything that you will think tomorrow, he already know it. So God already knew what these guys said. Okay, I would prove it to these guys that yes, I am God. So when they were talking, he used that occasion first of all to declare openly that their secret, their secret thought against him, he already knew it. Who are you? You can't forgive sin. So Jesus asked him, which one is easy? Which one is easy to say your sin is forgiven and to say, rise up and walk? And the thing is, sin, a crippled man or a man who cannot walk can go close to Jesus. Yeah. A sick man can go close to God. But a sinful man, God and sin is just far apart. So Jesus asked him, which one you think is more dangerous? Or which one you think have more weight? To create the whole world, or to say your sin is forgiven? Which one have weight? To come as a human being on the face of the earth, So everything that God, I believe by the eyes of faith, everything that God do, he have the backup plan because he already know. Yep. Everything God did, everything he did, and everything he will do, he have the backup plan. So everything that has happened, that was to happen, has already been planned. Jesus Christ already know these guys. He know their plan. So first, he declared openly their secret thought against him. Who can do it? You already know. They were not even, like going in his face telling him, but they were happening in their heart. Peter would talk to Paul, who you think? And we do it in the church these days. We do it in the church. We think we have power, to do other stuff, like, let's say when the Spirit of God is leading somebody to say something, and instead of asking God, open my eyes, let me see if this is true, give me, a vision, give me the spirit of understanding, the spirit of knowledge, let me see what's going on. No, turn around, like, who do you think you are, man? Yeah, who do you think you are? Will not even go to the person and tell the person directly. I have done that. I don't know about you. But the good thing is the Spirit of God always remind you, like, hey, did you just do that?
Yeah. Conscience.
So you repent. Because it's a spirit, because the Bible says, why, like I told you yesterday, why God kneeled down and breathed in the nostril of that clay, and man become what? The living soul. So definitely God lives in us. It's just because of sin, that's why he stays away. Typical example, you're carrying your dad's DNA. Yeah. So that makes you your dad's son. So there is no way you can get away from that. That DNA is in you till you die. Praise the Lord. So he already knew these guys' heart. So first, he declared openly their secrecy, and two, by healing what? The paralytic. Like I said, it was 3 miracles. First, he declared their secret thought, and then he healed the man. And then 3, by performing the miracle with this in view, so that he might demonstrate he had the power of forgiving sin. Praise the Lord. He has the power of forgiving sin. Who else has the power? Praise the Lord.
Amen.
Who else has the power? It's God who has the power to forgive sin. Nobody else is. I don't know. Nobody. I don't know. Because if that was the case, if someone else has the power to forgive sin, if that was the case, the priests or those guys were not going to give sacrifice to God, blood sacrifice to God, because they didn't give it to Peter, say, or they didn't give it to John, say, oh, John, forgive our sin. It's only God, because the Bible said it. If only the Bible's in John 1, he said, if you say that there is no sin within you, well, you're deceiving yourself, and the truth is not in you. And who is the man that forgives sin? Jesus. Like I said earlier, I don't care how dark your situation is. I don't care how pink it is that you can't see through it. I don't care how heavy it is. Take on the yoke of God because it's easy. Praise the Lord.
No.
For he searches the heart. He searches your heart. So let's go back to Matthew 9. And let's keep reading. Look. Matthew 9. Okay. Where are we? So, So let's go back to verse 5, Mike. Let's go. The Old Testament. Okay.
Want to do Mark?
No, let's go back. Let's just back up a little. In the Old Testament, the power of forgiving sin was given to only God. Given only to God. Let's read Isaiah chapter 53, verse 4. And he's, like we said, he's the only one that can forgive sin. There is no other person or anything on the face of the earth that can forgive sin.
Isaiah 53.
Yeah, 53 verse 4.
Yet it was our weakness he carried. It was our sorrows that
It was our weakness. So remember when I said here, everything that God did, he have the backup plan. Isaiah was the same man who was the same prophet that said unto us,
child is born.
a child is born, right? So this is Isaiah giving his testimony again. He did what?
Carry our weakness.
Carry our weakness. Okay, keep reading.
It was our sorrows that weighed him down, and we thought his trouble was a punishment from God for his own sins.
Mm-hmm.
But he was wounded and crushed for our sins. He was beaten that we might have peace. He was whipped and we were healed. All of us have strayed away like sheep. We have left God's paths to follow our own. Yet the Lord laid on him the guilt and sins of us all.
Praise the Lord.
Amen.
The Lord what? Lay on what?
On him the sin of all.
So like we were in verse 5, Mike, 2 verse 5, he said, what is easy? Is this more difficult to forgive sin than to heal a paralytic person? What do you think? What do you think?
Mark?
No, what do you think?
Is it what?
Is it more easier to forgive sin or to tell the epileptic rise and walk?
It's easier to forgive sin.
Or to tell the crippled man? Is it easy to forgive sin or to tell the crippled man to walk?
It's easier to forgive sin. It's kind of hard.
Which one is hard?
Because to forgive sin from the human perspective is hard. And then to walk a crippled man is hard. To make a crippled man walk is hard.
That's what I'm telling you. What do you? I'm not, just
from
the biblical. Which one is harder? Because I just said something here from our.
To make a crippled man walk.
To make a crippled man walk, from the state, from some statement I made few minutes or a few seconds ago. I said what? God and sin.
Enough.
They're not friends.
Yeah.
A sick man can go to God.
Well, God said he forgave us 70 times 7.
7 times. That is you.
So he forgives more.
You if you wrong your brother because of our evil doing. This is why Jesus was telling Peter, because of our, let's say our selfish ways of behaving. Everything that we want it for ourselves. Everything that we do it for ourselves. You remember I was telling you yesterday, I said that, everything that we want is that we want a good job, we want a retirement, we want a house, we want a car. What do we want for God? we're selfish.
But with some, most people don't grow up on those mindset as a thing.
Because we're a human being.
No background.
We're a human being. That's why we were born into sin.
So people just, the